Well, he attack me. But Jaden Chase, they have to make the fans them know what really are going on.
What you talking about? Is Jaden Place? See me up to the time, a cartel. I represent for Jaden Chase. We spray them face on the AK rays. See me up to the time, the Gaza station.
Yeah, man, now, move settings nation. And we no need no ladder. Yeah, man, Jaden Chase. Another one we're going to bring on another exciting reasoning on the topic of dancehall and entertainment. So if you're new to the channel, just a pass through. But when I like the reason, and of course, when I like the point of view, well, I'm suggesting to you that you click the subscribe icon and then kick in the like button. Now let's get right into the reasoning. Now, nation, this will definitely be remembered as one of the most prolific interviews in a dancehall music history. More worldwide viewers were tuned into this Fox 5 interview than when them interviewed Tupac at prison. Now, nation, Vybz Kartel confirmed his freedom is on its way and also exposed the system by detailing the inner workings of his case and why he was unlawfully and wrongfully sentenced. Now I'm going to hear from the king himself and then continue the reasoning. Look and listen.
I believe that, and to be totally honest, the system really wanted me thrown away. It was never about me being charged for a murder. It was about getting rid of Vybz Kartel, not Adidja Palmer, the person.
Why do you say the system is out to get you?
Because they told us, they say we have too much influence. If you remember when Movado and I had that little feud a few years ago, we even went to King's house, which is like the home of the Prime Minister. And they were telling us that, oh, we're leading the kids astray, and if we don't stop what we're doing, we're not going to get any permission to do shows and stuff like that. So it has always been about the influence that Vybz Kartel has.
Nation freedom is a must. This case was never about Adidja Palmer, the individual, as Vybz Kartel stated. This was about silencing the influence of Vybz Kartel, the dancehall superstar. Through music, Vybz Kartel has definitely opened the eyes of the Jamaican multitude. And nation, when the court proceedings of Vybz Kartel's case are looked at, it is obvious both the JCF and the Office of Public Prosecutions were ordered to secure a conviction against Vybz Kartel by any means necessary, and that clearly included breaking the law and violating his human rights. It even included fabricating evidence and using it in open court. I'm here people are asked why Jaden Chase, why Lisa Evers so interested in a Vybz Kartel's case and Vybz Kartel's freedom. Think about this. Vybz Kartel is the stage name of Adidja Palmer. Adidja Palmer is the individual behind the bars, wrongfully incarcerated. This case is deep in human rights violations, deep in constitutional rights violations. This case should be a concern to every Jamaican citizen, whether residing on the island or off, because even if you're off the island, you're supposed to have family members still residing here. As Vybz Kartel stated, he was targeted by the system simply for the level of fame that he had attained, and the fact that he had done so without selling out to the system, whether that mean the so-called dancehall gatekeepers or even the state itself, who would wish to use his influence to their own political benefits or for their own political benefits. And if you feel that idea is far-fetched, remember the most recent campaign trail for political officials was actually a traveling sound clash, if you think about it. Music, musicians, entertainment and entertainers have long been used to market, whether it is a political idea, a brand, or even goods and commerce. All of the political leaders in North America were supported by some celebrity of some kind and were there on their campaign trail. From Obama to Trump to Hillary to Biden. So Vybz Kartel is not just stating this. It is actually a proven fact. And think about it. When have you ever seen the state push for a conviction in a case where there was no body? And based on the statements from a so-called eyewitness, the scene which this so-called eyewitness, or the location where the eyewitness so-called said this took place, when the forensic team visited this location, there was no evidence that any incidents of foul play took place in the building or on the premises. There was also no evidence of a cleanup. Even if you clean up a scene, they would find residue of bleach and other cleaning agents. Not even that was there because the story was made up. It was fictional. Nothing ever goes so. This was a case that the DPP should have signed and null prosecute. Lack of evidence. There was not enough there. Nowhere in the world has a forensics team ever visited the location of a crime, especially a crime where blood and gore was involved, and find not even a speck of blood, and also find no evidence of a cleanup, and then present their findings to both the JCF and the prosecutors, and yet still push forward with the case. Now, it was never disclosed if the phone and the so-called voice notes and text messages were recovered before the forensics team visited the location that the so-called eyewitness said the incident took place. Now think about it. If the forensics team already visited that place based on the statement from the man who's saying the dead and find nothing, why push forward for arrest the individual and go to inform them? Clearly they were instructed that by all means convict this individual. All the co-accused in Vybz Kartel's case were sentenced and charged with these crimes only because they refused to tell lies against Vybz Kartel. Simply because they refused to take deals offered to them by the state to tell lies against an innocent individual. Big up Matsus and Cairo. Siva the liar zombie, you know the something go. Freedom is a must. Them feel like this case would have never reached the Privy Council stage. Them feel like Vybz Kartel would have give up. Me I tell you no, that is what the state and the system did a hope for. So Vybz Kartel just give up and say I hate this. And that all the secrets of this case would not have been exposed. It wouldn't be something we are talking about. It wouldn't be a discussion being had. What them feel like? I have stated this before and I'm going to say it again. By doing this, they have made Vybz Kartel the dancehall Mandela. When nation talk to me, you have always heard different individuals discuss this matter. Now we are hearing it from Vybz Kartel himself. The state indeed targeted him. Their aim was to silence Vybz Kartel and in turn stun the growth of his influence. Obviously, those plans have failed miserably. Vybz Kartel is now undoubtedly 10 times as famous as he was, despite the 10 years away from the main stage. As I said, the interview got definitely in the history books. of all time best and most interesting interviews. I'm not just talk for dancehall alone. No, we're not just for dancehall again. We are talking about for music overall. Vice the one called Jaden Chase, the dancehall correspondent, the Gaza representative, and so I'm reminding you now, if you're new to the channel, new to the movement, just a pass through, but you like the reason, and of course you like the point of view, well, I'm suggesting to you that you click the subscribe icon and then the bell icon and put it on all, and this is how you know will be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. Drop a like and bust a share. The like icon is located in close proximity to the share icon. I know everybody know the like icon there. The arrow or the share icon, and so you use the arrow now and share the video on all social media platforms. You see pre now? Any one of your choosing, or even on all of them. Comment section open 24/7, never locked yet. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, you can drop your thoughts, your comments, and yes, your opinions there. And that's how we're gonna contain the reasoning now via the comment section. Now until the reason again, my sentiments for you and yours is of course gonna live, love, and yes, prosper.